Alright, everybody out there in the craftchest nation, as I craftchest here with a part 2 to Black Desert Online Beginner Basics. And keep in mind, anytime that I'm posting these videos, this is just my opinion on what will make life easy for you as a new player. Alright, now as you saw in the first part, we went over a huge array of different things, and yes, we fell off on a couple of tangents, but some good tangents with good points. And in this video, hopefully it'll be a little bit shorter, probably will be, because what I have to show you is straight to the point. Alright, so what we're going to do is show you today how to build your attributes, your training, your breath, your strength, your health, and how to show you how to auto path and auto recover the stamina for your mount. Alright, you may have a tier 1 horse, you may have a tier 9 horse, I don't know. I think tier 7 or tier 8 is the best you can have anyway. Alright, so let's stop the horse. Alright, first thing I'm going to show you before we go on character, because I'll go put the horse up after I give you an example here, is first of all, I'm going to get away from any obstacles. All this stuff that they have festival-wise, it's in my way. Now, if you want to level your horse, but you don't have time to, you know, keep it on you or babysit it or whatever, well, the game has some built-in mechanics called auto pathing. In here, it's auto loop is what they call it. In a lot of games, it's just called auto pathing. All right, and what auto pathing does is it allows you to pick a point on the map. As you can see right here, we picked a point on the map, point A, point B. Right-click that area until you get the line that you like. Now, it can be a little bit like League of Legends, where it's going to auto-path you all funky, and you have to pick another path, and that's okay. Pick the one that you like, watch it for a loop, and then, before you actually do that, hit auto-loop right here on the map, as you see right there, you know, and then watch it, exit out of map, hit the letter T, and away you go. All right? Now, if you like the pathing that it has and you watch it for a loop and it doesn't get snagged on any NPCs, any rocks, trees, or grass, or anything else. I've seen some crazy things in games on which you can get snagged on. It's like there's not even anything there. Especially like in games like Terra. That's the only thing I can't ever stand about that game, is the little snags that you would have, little toenails hanging up on a blade of grass. Alright, so this looks like it's going to be a pretty decent auto path. Alright, horse turns around. I don't know what all that was. I guess that's just a little hook that it had. But it's not hung on anything, and it's right out here in the open. Alright, now you've got that going. You like that auto pathing. Now here's a question a lot of people have for training your horse, because your horse gets XP by distance. Doesn't get it by combat. Doesn't get it by any other means, but distance. So you have to run your horse, okay? Now, a lot of people say, well, I thought I had to run myself to get breath training. Yes, you do. The game, once again, has this built-in mechanic that you can use in your off time. I usually train this horse whenever I'm not playing, just like I do with my breath, just like I do with my strength, and just like I do with fishing. All right? Auto path it, and then right down here, as you can see, health, stamina, automatically use carrots for stamina. All right? Check mark that. Alright, when you check mark that and it gets down to a certain point, I think it's like, I don't know, 18% or something like that, it's going to eat a carrot. Well, where do I get carrots? Well, you can go to the stable manager, the same dude that keeps your horse, and buy them from him. He has just regular carrots. Or, if you're really fancy, and if I can get to it without, Pearl Shop. You can go either to loyalties, I think down here. Do they sell them in here? Yeah, okay. High quality carrots can be purchased for 25 loyalty points each. And I believe you can either buy or even buy high quality carrots, if I'm not mistaken. What is this, pet feed? No, I guess it's just loyalty points. Alright, so back up to loyalty points. And you get loyalty points by playing. You get them through different ways. You get them through login bonuses. They'll have the Black Spirit Quest game, little mini board game in here. And as you can see, I have 4,298 loyalty points. I think the only thing I've ever bought was this good feed one time and paste baits one time. And other than that, I haven't even used them. So I could technically buy a bunch of this feed down here, because in my opinion, these are some of the most important things if you're going to buy in the loyalty shop. All right, now I know a lot of people probably buy these scrolls up here, or weight limit increases for grinding and all that. And yeah, there's a couple of little nifty tools. And there's also all the cash shop things that you can go through, but that's not what this video is all about. All right, so let's get back over to here. All right, so there's your 2 grades of carrots. You can get a regular carrot from the stable keeper. And speaking of stable keeper, we're going to go ahead and stop this. All right, we're going to take my horse back if I could steer. All of a sudden, forgot how to ride a horse. Live recording, everybody, live recording. So we're going to take the horse to the stable. I always recover my horse first, then I put the horse up. Check it in, all right? Now, as you see in the shop, there's cheap feed that you can give to your pet, dog, cat, bird, snake, whatever they have going on here. And you have carrots that you feed your horse for stamina regen. All right, both of these are important, but both of them are attainable right here for 500 silver a piece. It may seem a little bit expensive, but go fishing. You'll get some extra feed money. All right, now, character bound, or character based XP for strength. We're going to go ahead and uncheck mark the right click on that and show you briefly, once again, how to do that auto pathing, but this time we're going to work on breath. All right, let's open up the map. We don't have any obstacles happening, and I'm just going to go right here to the fork in the road. All right. Whoop, I didn't auto path. Oh, auto loop. That's important. You'll start off with a blue line. You hit auto loop, and you're going to end up with a green line. Exit out of the map, hit the letter T. Boom, you're done. Now, one little fancy trick that you might or might not want to do if you want to leave your monitor up to say you're leaving the house for the day, and you just want to leave the game up but not minimized to do other things, if you can get in between your caps lock and your shift key and get it to hold down, that's a nifty little trick. And I don't know if it's an exploit or just a life hack. I think it's a life hack, because I feel like if I could do that and I don't have a program running it and it's actually mechanical, that's not an exploit, that's a life hack. All right, makes life easy on me, because I'd be sitting here doing it anyway. And as you can see, she sprints, she recharges her stamina, and repeats the process. And she's also repeating that line that we auto-path. And what this does is, now this is the thing, people are like, well, why are you doing that? This is going to work on your breath. All right, breath builds stamina. Stamina also gives you how much you can swim underwater. All right, so as you can see here, my breath is level 32, strength is level 32, and my health is sucking wind at level 18. Now we're going to take this out of here. Oh, because here's the perfect thing. All right, here's your health. Here's how you get it. Now I buy these combat rations, night combat rations, Calpheon meals, and Saradia meals, just to build up your health right here. Watch it. Boom. See how that goes up? It gives you a little XP for that. Every time that you level at it, I think it gives you like 10 health. So right now, I have 170 tapped on to my overall life cap. All right? So that's a plus 170 to my health just for eating food. And these aren't really that expensive, I guess, in the big retrospect of things, but it's an awesome XP for your training to eat these meals. All right, that's just my opinion. These are the ones that I like, is the combat rations, the Calpheon meals, and the Sarandia meals. All right, that's just what I do. I do a rotation of all of those. And a lot of times, especially like if I'm out grinding, I'll have a bar all the way across the bottom of my screen with all 3 of them up, plus any other boost like the warm milk or the hot black tea, your beer, etc., etc. You can take all of these, and some of them do stack and don't have a cooldown on them. All right, so that's number 2. All right, that's how you work on your breath. All right, now the third thing that I want to show you is how to train your strength. Very simply, you go over here, you build some rapport with this guy. I think you have to have a certain... let me see if I do. Yeah, well, not really. I mean, I have amity with the guy, but it doesn't really matter. I have to have more trade experience than anything else. But I'm actually going to buy this to show y'all for example's sake. Now, there's different goods that you can buy. Just for strength training purposes, just take this right here. Calpheon Slum Antiques. Take. All right, we're going to take one of those because it's just on my person. It's going to throw it into a shopping cart. And then we're going to purchase all. It's going to say use an amount, restriction, weight limit, restrictions. Yes, we want it, whatever. And then it says I don't have enough money. Anyway, for example's sake, let's say I did have enough money. See this chick right here? She's doing the same thing with that pack on her back as I was doing both on the horse and running. And the reason why I don't have enough money, folks, is because it's all in my storage. I always keep my money in my storage. All right? But as you can see, she's doing the same little tip and trick that I showed you just a moment ago. You pick an auto path line, destination point A, destination point B. All right? Now, if you want to play another game, I don't know if I showed you this or not in this video, but you can simply, hit your control key, be in windowed mode, go up here and hit minimize, make sure you check mark send to system tray, and what this is going to do is send it down to your system tray, cuts off your graphics, gives you full control of your PC to play another game, surf the web, go do other things, whatever. And then whenever you're ready to come back to the game, simply go to your system tray, left click on it, and the game comes back up, and it's still up here running back and forth in a line, or fishing, or training your horse, or whatever it is that you have or doing. Processing logs, which that's the last thing that I want to show y'all right here. Woo! I hope I got all that out of the way, because that's a lot to take in, but it's simple. Follow those simple steps on that, and you'll be successful. As a matter of fact, while I'm doing this, I'm going to go over here and get back in here because I do want to work on my my breath now that I think about it. So let's just go ahead and run up the road. It's fine. I don't care. We'll be okay. All right. Let's open the map because here is my worker. And my worker that I have going out collecting logs, as you saw in the last video, I explained why you wanted to connect nodes and how contribution points work to those. If you didn't see that, go back and watch the first video. All right, I'm going to recover all, which is this one little worker right here. I don't have a list of people were talking about they had like 45 workers or whatever. It ain't that serious. All right, if you got all that, you win the game. Go ahead and just tell them to cash you in. All right, now my little worker dude, I'm going to tell him to go repeat. And what this dude is doing is he's getting logs. And we should be able to see my little worker dude run out of town. There he is right there. And what he's going to do is he's going to go all the way down here to the extraction site that I have him set up for, which is right here. All right. Now, this is a very interesting extraction site. It has mining, it has trees, and it also has gathering. We have ghost mushrooms and we have big ghost mushrooms. Now, there's different spots in here that will give you different items, whether it be trees, minerals, as you saw, mushrooms. You have some to give you barley, some of them give you wheat, some of them give you cereal, etc., etc. I did hear a guy bring up an interesting point. Whenever you're starting the game and you're able to, and I think it's going to be over here in Hydale. It's either Glish or Hydale. I think it's Hydale. This is the worker. There's a guy that I need to get going over here that I should have gotten going about 6 months ago, but I didn't because I haven't connected any nodes over here in Hydale. But what you want to do is you want to it's either Hydale or Velia. I forget which one it is. But find where you have the nodes to connect to get the ingredients for beer. Okay? Very, very good tip. And it's going to have to be another video, but I'm going to briefly tell you that if you're starting the game and if you understand the concept of contribution points and connecting contribution nodes from the first video, the beginner areas like over here in Olivia, you're going to come down to like the Western Guard Camp, over to Velia, over to Hydale, over to Calpheon. There's going to be this guard tower over here. On the way, you're going to be doing quests that's going to give you the ability to get workers. I have one over here in Hydale. As you can see, I don't have him doing shit. I should have had this guy out, but it took me a little while to actually understand what I wanted to do as far as connecting nodes, and I ended up over in Calpheon and never even got my worker list going on. And I do have worker supervisors and this, that, and the other that I could add to this as well. But basically, connect your nodes to where you can find all the ingredients to make beer. All right, beer is going to both be able to recover your workers whenever you craft it, and you can promote your workers to actually do some of that work yourself. Because my guy, let's see, 10% chance of returning 10% of one mineral during crafting. My guy actually took this test. This test allowed him to be able to do crafting now. So I need to kind of learn that myself, because I don't have a house decked out with all this crafting, you know, stations and all that like a lot of people do. They can't even get in their front door because it's full of stuff. All right, so that's something else we're going to talk about way down the road, because I have to set it up myself before I explain it to you. All right, but that's one of the things that these guys can do is craft. All right, maybe able to craft the beer, I don't know. But nevertheless, this beer that they use, which is this, you can make yourself. This beer recovers their stamina, which makes them want to go work more. All right, so you're just basically getting these guys a buzz, and they're going out and doing the work for you. All right, let's see if I can bring this up. There it is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and top him off. I always top him off. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, so there you go. Very, very, very good tip that I heard somebody else bring up that I still haven't done, but I need to do. Matter of fact, today, that's probably what we're going to do, is go back and backtrack, find out what nodes I need, find out what contribution I need to get ingredients for beer. All right? Do the research on it. Trust me, you'll thank me later on this. And then have all your workers working on specific items to make this beer, or if you have a worker going out to do, you know, all of it, which you can't, I don't think. I think you have to actually have each worker doing each item. And that's something I'm going to have to do, is repath mine to make this, and that will actually help you build your contribution points. And once again, like I said, contribution points in the first video is to buy stuff in town, such as housing and nodes and etc. So it all loops back on itself. All right, and I believe that's enough for this video, because I feel myself trying to come up with other things to say, but I want to keep it as short as possible and as straight to the point as possible for you to hopefully understand what I'm talking about. All right, so today we talked about training your horse, auto stamina your horse, recovering it. We talked about breath training, strength training, and health, and briefly touching in on what to do with your workers. That right there was kind of a bonus, because it kind of like, oh man, yeah, I forgot to tell you this in the first video. Very, very good tips coming from a lot of different directions, and some of them that I personally have trialed and errored on. All right, so with that said, I think that's it. Remember, everybody out there, no matter what game you play, no matter what you do, it is a craft of the mind. Go out there and have some fun, and hopefully we'll see you in Black Desert. Just look for, what's my name in here? Tab Squiggly? What's my name? What's my name? Woo! Tab Squiggly. Craft Chest. Family name is Craft Chest.